In the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha, most excellent. I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and living beings, may I attain Buddha for the sake of all sentient beings. Manam gata nyambe senjen tanje dewa dande devyuta paryoje dunya dunya ye judan dewa yoje dunya membe dewa dame dewa yoje Chanda nida prave kanam lane pajuchi Gadanyam besan jendan jete wadan dewe judan dembaju Nanje judan dewe juje Dunga membe dewadan me dewa juje Nyeri chada nyendan dewe danyunan dembaju May all other sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness in the cause of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the cause of suffering. May they never be separated from a happiness that's free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment or aversion. Short mandala offering at the bottom of the page in English. The ground is sprinkled with scented water and strewn flowers. It is adorned with memories, three mountains, the four continents, sun and moon. As a Buddha field, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha fields. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Umichiji patando dusu sanja kunje ngonya rasa choko ngoso dunza ba tsawe lama nala gocha tse tabje doje shaje re soto shaje mendo doje ponjamba seje lombo dabo jebe ko shaje so de la gocha tse teme wasa doje jengo do mante shaje ngombo je dabo tabje seba kunje choje je nyame de koren jengo cha tse tazo sanje tanje je lo che son rowa jinje lapto so chulando lowa jinje lapto la joba dawa jinje lapto so joba yeshe so jawa jinje lapto so nunje je de bonda la ma so la jabso jo chuje sanje la da ama so la jabso jawa na so bonda la ma so la jabso jawa do be ta jowa jinje lapto so to je shin rowa jinje lapto so de za don da da ma jinje lapto Chaja Chempe Choje Ngondo Tsenti Yela Toba Jinje Labdo Sanje Kondo Zawa Lama La Kosun Kuba Chempe Cha Zalon De Mene Lo Rawa Shebada Setan Tuba Nyamba Jinje Lo Lama Sanje Rinpoche La Japso Che Chuche Sanje Rinpoche La Japso Che Good morning. Morning, Khenpo. So today we're going to talk about what is subject?
Suffering.
Suffering.
Yeah.
Suffering.
Transformation. I think it's called that. Maybe it's a transformation of suffering. Yeah. When I mention someone, a topic is today that one, and that person asked me immediately, did you transform yourself from the suffering? I said, wait a minute. I have to think about that. But certain things actually I experience, and certain things I'm still working on it. So we are all on the process, but that's called the Dharma practice. You don't have to be overnight transform something that from the black to white, it's impossible. But when we pursued on it, and slowly we will achieve whatever we put the goal. So I think that is important. Um, all the historically, those all the enlightened beings, they not become enlightened beings in overnight. They work hard, they dedicated, they are really pursued, they be patient, and through many hardship, actually Mm. they achieve that one. It's not come easily. Nothing is come easily actually in the life. There's nothing come easily, but also is nothing come quickly. It's all is a process. But nowadays, I think our problem is we're using too much technology, and those technology are so fast, and so that way we become a really impatient. Everything you will have to have right way, like old time when you send mail, it wait for get there for 1 month. Then quickest response is it take 1 month. But now if they not respond to you a few minutes, then you get anxious. Immediately, what happened? Why they not responding? I mean, we become so impatient for everything. So, but the problem is, we don't think about how long took those scientists making these machines. It's they not make overnight. It took actually took for lifetimes to try to make something that now we have an easy way to using, and it took like many generations to improve, like a car, any kind of technology things is still they improving. Yeah, they're still working on it. They try to make every day better and better and better. That way, that like iPhone number is increasing. First is iPhone, now it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like already 15. That's it. They saying is they improve that one. Make sense? So that is showing us it's a process. Everything's a process. We have to be first acknowledge. From the acknowledge or from the understand, then you slowly you can you know put on practice. Like in the Buddhism, we call the Tsultirm Gom. It means the first hearing, then contemplate, then meditate. You just not don't want to meditate because you don't know what you're meditating. Lots of actually in the West, big problem is you don't know what you're meditating when you go to meditate. Still, you said, "Oh, I'm meditating." Make sense? There's nothing to meditate. I'm not saying everyone, but so this is so people jumping on the gun before learning. They try to use that one. Before learning, actually, what truly how you meditate, you're meditating. So I think this way, in the Buddhism, we call the wisdom or knowledge. I say gradually comes. So what is the gradually? I say first you have to hearing because you have to learn from someone. Yeah, we're not born with the knowledge. Anything what we have we know now is we learn from someone. When we are born, even we don't know how to say I'm hungry. Really, we don't know how to walk. We don't know how to talk. So from there, we learn one by one. We don't remember lots of those people who sacrificed for us. Lots of people went under hardship for us. We don't remember. So that way, sometimes people have a hard time to remember in the kindness. We're not born with this. Right now, you think, oh, I'm independent. I don't need anyone. You're not born that way. You're born as a womb, hopeless one. Can the womb? Yeah, womb hopeless one. Only how to do say just what called the move the limb a little bit and cry. Only they know that one. From there too, we learn, how to take step, how to say mom, dad, or whatever, from first word to, and now you get all those educations. You see, all the process. So same thing is, you have to learn those things first. Then once you learn, you make sure you understood correctly. What you heard is correctly. You heard correctly. What you heard is correct or not. This is also in the beauty part of the Buddhism. When somebody give you teachings, you have authority to investigate that is correct or not. You have a responsibility. One way you can say you have authority. Another way you can say you have responsibility of, make sure you understood correctly. Make sure you heard correctly, or make sure whatever that individual say is correct. Even Buddha himself said, don't just believe what I said. Investigate on that. That's called the contemplate. So after you hearing, you have a responsibility of how to contemplate, how to investigate, how to make that you have a fully understand, yeah. So when you have this fully understand, then what is the third part step? Then you have to put on the practice. That is called the meditation. Make sense? So that way, everything is gradually. There nothing come easily or overnightly. So we need a little bit patient too when we doing something. Then especially our mind is from the beginning is in the samsara, we are habituated with all those negative. So that changing that habit, it take a long time. It's not easy to change that habit, overnight. That way, like when people have a, like a issue, what call this, like alcohol or drugs.
Addiction.
Yeah, addiction. And when any addiction, it cannot stop. It's overnight. You have to go through the treatment, and sometimes those treatment are really harsh. So in you guys addiction, go to treatment for the what call this?
Rehab.
Not rehab.
Oh.
Like you go to the place to
Get sober?
Rehab.
rehabilitation.
Rehab.
Yeah.
Rehabilitation center. Rehab. It's called the rehab.
Okay.
Rehabilitation center. They help you get
Yeah.
rid of the addiction.
Yeah. So normal people go to try to what called get rid of their addiction through the rehabilitation, and we go to try to in the Buddhism, we go to try to get rid of your addiction with a retreat. It's the same rehabilitation. You're changing your thought, your process. That's a process. Yeah. So they lock you from outside. We lock from inside. That's different. That is a different kind of. We willingly go to rehabilitation. We don't need a judge's order. Other than that, I'm the same. You just, you have to go to rehabilitation. Rehabilitation?
Rehabilitation.
Yeah, rehabilitation. That is try to change your addiction. So we have this addiction of desire, hatred, jealousy, anger, those all emotions. We are really addicted with this. So you have to change that addiction. It takes a long time. It's not easy. But we can do that one. You know, so things we can start this way. If you look this way, in the samsara, two things are common. I can say two things are common for everyone. We all have two things common. First thing is everyone have suffering. You're not going to find anyone who are not experiencing the sufferings. You know, each one have their own degree of sufferings, their own environment of sufferings, their own condition of sufferings. But everyone have some degree of sufferings. They are maybe different. You know, poor people are suffering because there's nothing to eat. Rich people are suffering because there's too many things to eat. You know, poor people died because that is nothing to eat. Rich people died because they eat too much. But the commonly, I think everyone have suffered. That is common. You're not going to find anyone, you know, from the homeless on the street to living in the mansion. If you ask anyone, you know, you're not going to find anyone totally free from suffering. Long as we are in the samsara, that's a common. That's one thing we share. Everyone we share is suffering. It doesn't matter which country you go, which you know, what call it, continent you go, which culture you go. It's all same. You know, from when you look from this side, other side look better, but when you reach other side, this is not that great. You know, like most of Asian think that getting to the America is like a pure land. Really, they call the humans pure land, America. But I really truly understood the suffering of human being in America more than in Asia, actually. Because in Asia, one thing is maybe I live in the monastery, you know, since I was a kid. So I don't know that much. I don't have that much access to the ordinary people's life. But here I saw so many sufferings. So that way, so you're not going to find even you know, people nickname as a, you know, your country or place as a, you know, pure land or the one of the magnificent place, but you're not going to find anywhere that the people are not experiencing the suffering. So everyone is suffering in the samsara. You're not going to find anyone is free from suffering. That is, we share commonly. We share the suffering. So, but one thing is that most people don't want to acknowledge their suffering. They try to hide that one. That is a big problem. Suffering is not problem. Problem is a kind of denying and try to live with a fantasy life. Yeah, pretending something. I think that is a big problem. So that is the commonly we share. And the second thing is what we share in commonly is a potential. Potential of free from suffering. Everyone have that potential. You know, equally have this potential of reaching to the nirvana, free from samsara, free from suffering. Why? Because we all share the Buddha nature. Every sentient being have an equal nature. Our nature is pure. Our nature is, you know, free from defilement. So it is called the Tathagata Garbha. That's mean that talking about the Buddha nature. You know, potential. Sometimes it's called a potential. Sometimes they translate as a family. Sometimes translate as a you know, dadu. Sometimes translate as a nature. As a meaning is talking about the same things. So everyone, it's like elephant's nature is not bigger than ants' nature. Yeah. And a hell being's nature is not worse than Godrum's nature. By nature, we are equal. Everyone have that nature. So how we know we have a Buddha nature? There's a few signs. Like when you see the smoke, that's a sign of a fire. Yeah. So smoke come from the fire. Rain. When the rain, you see the rain, that means that there's a cloud. You can assume there's a cloud because of rainy. Yeah. When you see the bird, water bird, circling, that means that there's a water. So we can guess that those signs. So what is the sign of our Buddha nature? Sign of a Buddha nature is we commonly share compassion. Everyone have some degree of compassion. You're not going to find any beings who are totally lack of compassion. And we also not comfortable with the defilement like anger, hatred, jealousy. Whenever come those in your mind, you never become comfortable. That we call the disturbed emotion because it make you uncomfortable. That way we name as a disturbed emotion. Yeah, negative those emotion called the disturbed emotion because it disturbs your nature. And everyone eager to to try to find the peace and happiness. So those are the sign of the Buddha nature. Because of the Buddha, you have a Buddha nature, you always have this sign. When you see someone suffering, even you don't know that person, you have a compassion. Actually, even somebody is really bad, being bad to you, or but still, when you see that individual is suffering, you're not going to rejoice with that. You feel sad, even that one. Make sense? Yeah. So those are signs that come because of the Buddha nature. Because we have a Buddha nature, that kind of a sign comes. Yeah. So these two are common to everyone. We share suffering and potential. We all have a potential. But sometimes people misunderstand when talking about the Buddha nature. They said, oh, I'm already Buddha. You are not Buddha. Like when you're dreaming, in the dream, whatever you see is not dream. It's real. It become a dream after you wake up. Yeah? So right now, what we see is an illusion. It's like dreaming, but it's not dream. It's real. So your hunger is real. Your thirsty is real. Your happy is real. Your sad is real. Your pain is real. It's not illusion. So to whom it become illusion is when you wake up from the delusion. Right now, it's not really illusion because sometimes people say, "Oh, the samsara is just a delusion. They are nothing." It's not true. It's real. When somebody cut you, you cannot say, "Oh, this is illusion. I'm not cut." It's not go away. Your pain is still there. Your wound is still there. Make sense? So, until you truly wake up, nothing is a what called a illusion. Everything's real. So you have to wake up from that delusion. Then you can see reality phenomena as a delusion. Make sense? So that way you have a potential, but you are not there. Like when you give to the, what call those people who make the pots? Potters. When you give the potters to the mud is not pot, but it have a potential to become a pot. Because in that mud, you cannot cook or you cannot use anything. Yeah? So, so we have the potential. If we find the favorable conditions, it will bring all the favorable conditions together, that can become beautiful pot. The mud can become a really beautiful pot. But it's not going to come naturally. Oh, this have potential of the pot. So I hope tomorrow become a pot. It's not going to come that way. Yeah. Yes. So you have to make sure it become that. You have to put effort. So this way, I think that we share two things commonly. There's those two. Commonly in the samsara, everyone is suffering, and commonly everyone have a potential to be free from suffering. Now, I want to discuss a little bit. These sufferings, whatever we call the suffering, I think there's a how to eliminate the suffering. There's a two ways we can say sufferings: temporary solution and, of course, then ultimate solutions. So temporarily, how we can free from our suffering? We first thing is change your environment, change your companion, change your diet. You can also change your behaviors. So, like, for example, change your environment. I think, I think people are always focused on the negative side more than positive side. This is I'm noticing, like called the Siberian. People live in the ice, snow. Siberia. When they count as the year, how they count they count how many winter they have been there. Because winter is the harshest. But when you look in the Buddha's life story, and in India, because it's so hot, they count how many summer they have been there. So that is I think too much focus on the negative side. We only remember the negative one. Like if you have somebody done to you whole life, all the favorable, help, but one time did something not, favorable, then you remember only that one. So I think we are too much focused on the negative side. So anything is when this kind of condition comes, I think sometimes changing the environment really help. So I mean I'm not sure this is also that's how it change environment. But one thing is that I have my own experience on the sunset, because the first time I saw the sunset, the place where I saw the sunset was really like a sad place. It's not good place. Sunset was beautiful, but location was really bad. So I was carrying to the monasteries firewood. We had to cross the one river, and the side of the river we have to look the firewood. That night we have to stay in that side. So there nothing. We just slept on the side of the river. Uh, so and at that time, first time I saw the sunset, because the river was so long, and that is the only first time I saw the sunset in my life. So because of that location is really bad. So anytime when I see the sunset, that feeling come to me, sadness. So I don't like the sunset. Long time I didn't like. I try to avoid it whenever people said, "Oh, sunset is beautiful." I said, "No, I'm okay. I don't like go to see." But then slowly, I change. Actually, I went to new place. I try to see the sunset morning, especially beach area. Then now is my memory is only good part. Whenever I see the sunset or sunrise, it gives me only feeling of joy. So I believe when anything is making you something is like anyone's you see or anyone's you hear or that making you sad, try to change that environment. Try to remember the positive side. Make sense? Then when you try to remember the positive side, and I think it helps you to become less sadness. So and also we have to be really careful with the companions. What kind of companion you are associating? Because a lot of time we get in trouble because of that we're hanging with the wrong people. Make sense? So I think you have to be careful what kind of companion you're choosing. In the Buddhism, we said evil companion and spiritual masters or spiritual companions. So what is the evil companion? I mean, when anyone is bringing you to the wrong track, wrong path, influencing the bad things, then that is called the evil companion. Evil companion does not come with a fang and a horn. In the same as in Buddhism, lots of time we said, "Oh, Mara," and people think the Mara is a really scary one. Mara or evil companions always come beautifully. Yeah. So because if the appearance is really scary way, you don't just run away, you never be companion with that. Yeah, so they always say come nice way. So when we talk about the evil companion, it's not talking about the evil look. It's talking about the evil influences. We may get a bad influence from some people. So you have to be careful with those. So then called the Tibetan called the Gyeveshinyi. Gyeveshinyi means the it's literally the translation is called the virtuous friend. I'm sure you heard this one. Lots of people translate as a virtuous friend, or what else they translate?
A spiritual friend.
Spiritual friend, yeah. Spiritual friend, a virtuous friend. But and when it comes to the Dharma, when anytime you see that one, it's not talking about the friend, it's talking about the spiritual master. But Tibetan, we use that word for the spiritual master because the spiritual master or guru, they say that bring you to the good influences. So anyone is bring you to the good influences. Become a more compassionate, more loving, more caring, more patient, and those are called the good companions. So here, I mean, come to the law of karma and good and bad companion, see what kind of based on the what kind of influencing bring by that individual. If that individual is bring to the your bad influences, then you have to be really careful. You don't want to be too close with that person. I mean, if we look, lots of people, get into the trouble because of the friend. You hang out with a friend that, have a bad influence, bad, what call that, attitude. From there to then, sometimes you become like that kind of. So you have to be careful that what kind of companion are you hanging out. So if that anyone's companion say, introducing you something good, like I'm not just saying as a Dharma practice, but I'm just saying as that kind of like becoming more influencing to the, meritorious activities or good deeds, then you should follow with that companion continually, because it never go your life on the wrong path. But if anyone is influencing you, I mean, so I don't know why I'm saying this one, because you are more experienced than me in life, so I don't know. Maybe Carol and Candy is only younger than me. Other than that, I don't know. So, but that's I just share my thought. Okay, I'm sure you are more experienced in life more than me, but still, I just share my thought, because there's nothing wrong when we share each other, their own personal thought. It's only make it brighter on our thought. And in that way, in the monastery, we do the debate. Why is a debate? Is a debate is kind of sharing each other's thought, how you think, what you think, how you view, and try to prove with the argument that what you think is right. So what is the benefit is when two wisdom come together, this kind of, then new wisdom will produce. Both of them learn something new. Okay, like when two colorful together, there will be new color. Yeah, so same way. So that reason we do the debate. So the reason I thought maybe just share a little bit. And of course, we have to change our behaviors. Those are just temporarily you can, avoiding from the kind of getting into trouble or whatever. So those I think need to be careful. So I think that's that much. So basically, then change your diet. I really believe this strongly. Diet is have a lots of things to do our emotion. Really, particularly if you're a meat eater. I'm sure you're noticing this one. Certain time, morning wake up, you are not happy, kind of sad feelings. And sometimes you wake up really happily. I think those are whatever you consume yesterday, particularly when you consuming the meat. I think those animal how they went, their emotion is come to us through their what called the meat. I think I really believe that one. I heard in the Switzerland they call the happy pork because they raise the pig, really heavy environment. They're more expensive. They call the happy pork. So I really believe this one is that what kind of food you consuming. I think that cause a lot our emotions. Mood change. So I think I don't know. I mean, in this country, I mean, maybe too much freedom, or I don't know. There have too many people have a mental disease, stress, and lots of things that is in this country I can see more than like where I came from. I mean, I know some, we have a few people become a little bit, what called not normal with them emotionally, and we have a few of those, but not so many people. If you have the what called this psychiatric degree and go to the like Africa or Tibet or somewhere poor area, you have no job. Maybe people have no time to stress. Really, I've never seen that many people who have that kind of emotional problem. But in like West have a lot of this problem. So, but I'm not saying it's but I think in the Westerner, animal farm are really bad condition. When you eat that meat, I think it causing you to this more depression, and for no reason. Lots of people have no reason they just have lots of depression. So I think it's caused by the diet, what kind of food we're consuming. But I don't have any kind of scientific proof. But this is what I my what call my perception or my absorption.
Observation.
Yeah,
Observation.
observation. My observation, I feel this way. I think the diet have to do lots of things, our emotion, what kind of, because I also sometimes morning wake up for no reason, just kind of like a cold heart, feel like, like I kind of like there's nothing, I don't know, it's a sad or whatever, really, really uncomfortable feeling, wake up like that. So I really, there's no other, what call that, answer for that, because I have no way I have no reason to become feel that way. But sometimes wake up, feel that, like sometimes middle of the night, like 3 o'clock, wake up, then you feel sad. So in my observation, I think this is it have to do something with the food, particularly, animal product. So because of, if you go to the place, the most of the animal are really live with the free. I think those people have a less stress, less mental disease. Yeah, and what call this? Mental disease? Mental illness. Yeah, mental illness. So I really don't know exactly. I'm not saying it's that, but I strongly believe this. Certain food can cause you to that kind of. Yes.
Well, sometimes sugar, they say it's also, there's been scientifically proven to affect your hormones and your emotions.
Oh,
Sugar, that's another.
Yeah.
that's a big problem.
so I think the diet
The
is
diet has more sugar in it here than in Asia.
yeah.
More artificial.
Yeah,
Refined
yeah.
sugar. There's more
So
of that here.
then and then also now it's lots of people get a disease like cancer and things. I think have to do with the food. We are eating too much artificial
Stress.
food.
And the
chemicals.
stress. And the
Yeah.
stress.
Khenpo, so it's not just what we put into our gut, but it's also what we put into our head. I think that's part of the
Yeah.
diet issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People get so absorbed in watching news.
Yeah.
And, get really
Yeah.
upset. and
Yeah.
That affects their health also.
Yeah.
right?
So that way I put like
Yeah.
I said, environment,
Yeah.
companion, diet, behavior. I think those have to you have to be careful of those. Those are part of your experience of in your life or what you feel. So that way, most of people watch when I'm talking about the environment, mean the more focus on the negative things. Like if there's something good news, only show the 5 skits. They never mention after that. But when something bad news, show again and again and
Right.
again, like
That's not helpful.
yeah,
It keeps re-traumatizing. people.
yeah.
Exactly. Right.
So I think that's a really like when somebody is doing something good for the community, no media comes. When somebody did a little bit bad, every media come to show that one. So that way I said need change environment means things like that. We need more focus on the positive side. Like if you know somebody, your friend or someone, family member, sometimes they drive you crazy. Really, it's not easy to deal. Long as there's 2 people, there's always have a difficulty. Sometimes even you are alone, there's still difficulty.
You're alone.
Yeah. You're still fighting yourself. You're not agreeing yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
Internal conflict.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Agreed.
but what I'm saying is change the environment means try to see the good side. Try to focus more on the good side than bad side. Yes, everyone have good side and bad side. Long as you are in this human body, you're not going to find anyone totally pure. Some people love to complain. Those people can complain anyone you name. Really, they know how to say things that makes sense. When they complain, anyone. So that is it because they focus on too much on the negative side. So that way, media make us stupid, and we are, we are stupid enough to follow with them, and then our environments are totally changed. Then we only see the negative side. We focus on the negative. Then we worrying, hatred and jealousy and all those comes. So that way, we need to change our environment. How to change environment is try to see more positive side. There are lots of positive also we can find in our society. Yeah.
Right now, watch the Olympics. There's camaraderie, teamwork, good sportsmanship. I've been watching that.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of good feeling, to see all the people from all the different countries working together in harmony.
Yeah. But don't watch YouTube about the Olympic. Yeah, lots of YouTubers, they also say bad things, what not.
No, I'm not watching that
yeah.
part. I'm watching the news coverage, it's all positive.
So I think we need to change a little bit on those. And I understand the way media using because they need a viewer. Yes, that is their business.
Bad news.
So when we look more on the good news, then they show those more, I think. So that's what I mean, the change the environment, mean how we put the thought, emotionally. And of course, physically also need change with the diet and companion and those two. So both we need to work on that to how to become a better world.
As for the media, we can't change it. It will be there and they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're getting to us. So
Yeah.
they're doing it purposely.
Mm.
They're doing it with a.
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah, of course.
To be able to drive us to a point. So we can just.
Yeah, I think it's because I mean they know what's what called customer need. So they sell that one.
Put sugar in it.
Yeah, they put everything is the sugar. So I think these things is just temporarily we can change things around by our own I think own behaviors or whatever. So you cannot change everyone. It's impossible. But you can change yourself. Yes?
So recognition is probably the key here, is be able to recognize what's good for us, what's not good, what we need to avoid.
Yeah, I think so. So that way we recognize and also try to focus more on the also recognize it as a more positive side, because everywhere you can find, if you look at positive, you can find this positive.
Always look on the bright side of life.
Yeah, I mean,
Look for the silver lining.
yeah, even I heard some European, they kind of see as a being Hitler was a positive. I'm not saying it's a positive, but some people can see that part. I heard this one saying is some European said because of him, communists not come to Europe. So I mean, there's a way to, yeah, but I'm not saying it's all his mistakes covered by that one.
Right.
Makes sense? But for our emotion, if you can do something him, no, there's nothing you can do. So thinking about him and hating him and make it feel bad yourself, so nothing benefit. Then just forget or think something good.
Volkswagen.
Yeah. Think about the Volkswagen, yeah.
Big Volkswagen.
Most of Jews drive the German car more than anyone else. So see, they see the good part.
BMW.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's how maybe we can change our environment slowly. Then permanent, if you want to change the permanent solution, then we can talk about there's many things. It's called the number of a method to be free from suffering. So there's a many methods. This is according to the Dharma. The earlier one is nothing have to do with the Dharma, just generally how do you change your environment? It's temporary solution, like if you can do something, like Shantideva said, if you can do something, stop worrying. If you can do something, there's no point to worry. So I saw somebody door like this, said you have a problem, and said yes. Then second question is, can you do anything? Said there's a two question answer, yes or no. If yes, then no need to worry. If you can you do anything? No, there's no point to worry. Then another answer is, do you have problems? So no, is there no need to worry. So all the answer is come with the no need to worry.
Doesn't do any good.
Yeah. So I think no need to worry is not saying it's just ignore. It's no need to worry. There's no point to be too much become emotion. Yeah, nothing change. So that way. So then Buddhism teaching like impermanent karma, and compassion, be patient, and a lot of those methods really work at that time. You know, maybe you're not going to protect anyone else, but at least you will protect your own emotion. You know, you not become equal to that individual. Make sense? So otherwise, I mean, we become insane. Like Shantideva said, some engaging negative because of the ignorance, and some engaging negative because of the anger. So both are equal to wrong. So when somebody did to you some things, they did because of the ignorance. Now you get upset, you get angry, and you try to take revenge or whatever, do back, and you doing it because of the anger. So both are wrong. One is a drive by ignorance, and one is drive by the anger. Both are doing wrong. Make sense? Negative. So I think so. Those actually those teachings even cannot eliminate you from the suffering permanently, but still it temporarily will really free your mind from those emotions like compassion, patience, meditation on the karma, meditation on the impermanent. So there's about the impermanent one. It's a really nice one from the Shantideva. Said, you don't need to worry about your enemy. You don't need to no need to kill your enemies. Sooner or later will die. You don't need to put lots of resource to kill. Because sooner or later die everyone. So then use those money to do something good. Okay, so maybe we'll go through some of those methods to meditation on the impermanent. So first we'll try to meditate on the impermanent. So it's called the outer world. Meditation on the impermanent of the outer world. Outer world means that this universe. This universe is not always something like this. This universe or our world, this planet, is a first start build slowly build. Okay, those four environment they build together. Then one day this will be destroyed. So now, how long take to the building? How long will be remain, and how long take to the destroy? So we measure this way. Every 100 years, 1 year increase. Okay, or 2 year increase, sorry. Every 100 years, 2 year increasing. From the lifespan 10 years to 80,000. How long take? Every 100 years, 2 year increase. Okay, like 100 years. First 100 years, people live 10 years. Next 100 years, people live 12 years. And next 100 years, people live 14 years. Next 100 years, people live 16 years. So that's every 100 years, 2 years lifespan increasing, and lifespan from the 10 years to 80,000. How long take?
Really long.
Yeah, that kind of 20 time is one link to take to build this planet. And that same link going to be remain continuing. Then same link to take to destroy it. Okay, then same link to stay empty. So this is called the fourth circle of a complete one, called the one great eon. That's what one great yin. Make sense? So every this circle, every time this wall will be destroyed. Sometimes destroyed by the fire, sometimes destroyed by the wind, sometimes destroyed by the water. So when our planet is destroyed by the fire, what kind of destruction comes? It's like when butter lamp, like we have this candle. When candle is burned out, there's nothing left. Like that. When fire destroyed, nothing will leave. When water destroyed, like when you put the salt in the water, it totally disappeared, yeah? Destroyed like that. When a wind destroys, so one heap of dust, there, wind comes, blow, nothing remain. Destroy like that. So some point, like every circle of this 20 called the intermediate galba, then one destruction comes. Yeah. So when destruction comes, when that destruction comes, it totally destroys this our planet. No matter how solid right now, you can see the mountain, everything. There nothing will leave left like a butter lamp. When butter lamp is burn out, there nothing left, no butter left. Yeah. Similarly, so that is called the outer wall destruction, impermanent. No matter how solid you see this right now, someday this will become completely burned out, like a butter. There nothing remain. So we have to see that once. So that's why I said sometimes wall be destroyed by the fire, sometimes wall destroyed by the wind, and sometimes wall destroyed by the water. Because this world is built by the environment for elements, so also element will destroy it. Our body is also born with element, also element will destroy us. So when we form this body called the body, when we form in our mother's womb, it's all the element come together. Then one day we'll call the died. What does died mean? That when element is no longer function, you will die. That's called the death. That body element is died. I mean, someday it's a run out, Even our soil, we can see lots of evidence. When we misuse it, will die. Like you can see Lhasa in Africa, you can see Lhasa in Tibet. When it died, then nothing grow there. Yeah. So that is possible. So this is from the quote from the jewel ornament. When the wall is destroyed by the fire, it does not even leave any ash like oil consumed by the fire. When it's destroyed by the water, no sediment is left. Sediment?
Sediment.
Yeah, sediment is left, like the salt dissolved into the water. When the wall is destroyed by the wind, not even the tiny particle remain, like a heap of the dust by the strong wind. So that's we have to see this. This wall, as impermanent. The impermanent of the outer wall, a subtle impermanence. So the outer wall can be seen the change of the 4 seasons. So 4 seasons, we see that one. How many times we see the spring, summer, fall, winter, again back to the spring, summer. So that's always a change coming. So sometimes people can't wait to come to the summer. Can't wait to. That's a kind of like can't wait to the coming death. Because the more you see the spring and the more you see the summer, whatever your favorite season, say that much you become closer to the death. Actually, you count it down. You count down. True, that's true. I mean, it's not pleasant to think. Lots of people don't want to think, but not thinking is not going to be disappeared. By not thinking is not become a non-reality. It's just a reality. It's just thinking is actually a better solution. Then you can have some what called the ready-made preparation. Yeah. If you want to live somewhere, if you suddenly have to leave, then you have nothing to carry. But if you know you're going to leave tomorrow, then you prepare today, pack or whatever. So that's that way. We need to prepare. So you can see this. That's also sign of impermanent. Also impermanent, demonstrated by the rising, setting, sun and moon. Yeah, sunrise, sunset. Every day, sunrise, sunset, also moon, come out, and you can see the full moon, new moon, full moon, new moon, full moon, new moon, waxing moon, waning moon. That is a sign of impermanent, changing. Thirdly, impermanence see by the vanishing of the instant moment, each and every moment. So those are, we should think about those. When we think that one impermanent, then you're not going to be deceive yourself, because lots of time we deceiving ourselves. Well, I'm okay, I'm good, don't need to worry. So I think you should be prepared. One of the Indian master said, if you worry about the impermanence of the death, if you don't like impermanence of the death, there's a solution. You think there's a solution?
Prepare.
No, just not born.
Oh, yes.
If you're not born, you don't have to worry about the death. Yes. Yeah. Then think about the impermanent, the inner sentient beings. Like how many historical people came, they gone. How many powerful people came, they gone. How many spiritual leader came. Like Shakyamuni Buddha's body we call the Vajra body. Buddha cannot destroy by the fire. Buddha cannot destroy by the poison. Buddha cannot destroy by any of those environmentally, like normal people can die. But at the age 82, he passed away. He took Mahaparinirvana. He truly has a Vajra body. Like his body is not like us. Indestructible Vajra body. There was one time one lay person, he doesn't like Buddha. Then, of course, Devadatta find the people who doesn't like Buddha. So Devadatta immediately went to him and he became a friend. And they planned to kill the Buddha. So what they did was they said, Devadatta said to him, okay, we can kill Buddha. Siddhartha, I have an idea. So how do you say, you go to Buddha to invite him for lunch. When he agree, that day we kill him. So what they did is on the way, Buddha coming to his house on the path, they make hole, big hole, and underneath is all fire ash. But then make the cover with the dust. So when Buddha step on that, he fall down. They make that one. And he said, first we make that one. If he somehow he not step on that, he come to your house and we give him poison. So food is with the poison. So then that morning, Buddha said, only Arhat come with me. For today's lunch is really special. Only Arhat can come. So when Buddha stepped on that path, the fire transformed to the lotus. Nothing happened to him. Then when he ate the poison food, nothing happened. So that is showing us a Buddha's body is a Vajra body. But at the age of the 82, he passed away. Make sense? So I mean, he announced that he's going to pass. He's going to take Mahaparinirvana after the 3 months. That is one also Ananda's big punishment from the Sangha. When Buddha announced, I'm going to take Mahaparinirvana after the 3 months. So Ananda didn't request Buddha to live longer. So if Ananda requires, Buddha will live longer. So that way the Mahakashapa and they said, you make mistake. That one is one big mistake to Ananda. So they have several reasons. But the key is here, what we're talking about here is impermanent. Even like a Buddha, who have a Vajra body, like a Milarepa, nobody can kill him. But he pretend like from the yogurt poison, he died. So those are because they have to teach that impermanent. So I think this reason we have to understand that there's nothing is permanent. Even those are really powerful. How many skillful fighter came? Warrior. Historically, there are so many warriors, but some point they died too. So when we think this way, then there's in the samsara, nobody will live forever. So when it comes to the impermanence of sentient beings, also oneself, I will definitely die because there's no one from the past who is alive. So the one is that one. So we will be definitely died. Why? Because no one left from the past. We see the oldest one is maybe 100 to 10, 20 years old. No older than that. Yeah. So when somebody return to the 110 people are amazed. So just a nature, everybody who died. Also, because this body is a composite, so our body is not one piece, one solid. Our body is many things put together. So when things put together, it's slowly apart. So our body is all the element put together. And that element is slowly Actually, they said, in the Vairochana, they said, I think for our body complete, built, take 12 months. All channel and everything built for 12 months. After that, every year we kind of losing like a nerve. Every year. Like I think every year 2 nerves or something. So this is like people who live 100 years old. So every year I think 2 nerve that we call the channel losing. So death is actually dying. Our dying is start after the 10th month, according to that one. After the 10th month, then dying. That I think that the sea will become a more and more wrinkle. All those sign of aging is coming. So I think that's what I saw somewhere in the text said, completely building to the channel of the human body take like 12 months or something. After that, every year, 2 channel will destroy it. 2 or there's yeah, something that basically is there's some number of channel will destroy every year after the 10 months. That means that after the 10 months we start dying. Body elements start dying from there. Make sense? So impermanent is start from there. It's not like suddenly come to the death. We die slowly. Actually, our part of the body kind of slowly die. That we call the aging. Okay, then because life is become exhausted every moment, so death will be definitely a cure. So this is the 3. I will definitely die. Why? Because of the no one left from the past, because our body is a composite, and because every moment is a exhaustion of our lifespan. Lifespan is like a number, We're not born with unlimited lifespan. We're born with a limited of lifespan. So that way, some people died, young age. Some people died teenagers. Some people died, adults. Some people died old. So that reason 12 link, what called this 12 link?
Dependent room.
Yeah, that one. The last one is a 2 together. Aging and death.
Sickness and death.
Yeah, aging and death is together. Why? Because some people not get chance to age because they don't have that much lifespan. So each one have their own lifespan. Once your family member lost, it's okay. Don't be sad too much. He or she live that long, have lifespan, carry on. Think about that one. But when you're living at that time, try to be nice to each other. Because even you have some problems, don't think about those problems. Think, sooner or later we're going to be apart. So long as we live together, we live here, just try to be nice to each other. I always tell my cousins those, because I lost some of my cousins. So sometimes they say, oh, they kind of show me the sadness of the, cousin died. I said, don't be sad when dying. Just be nice when living. Yeah, be love, care each other, support. Because we know that's going to die sooner or later. So then when you actually care and loving and supportive each other, then when that person died, you don't have the sadness. You don't have a regret. So that way, if you have a small conflict with anyone in your family, just don't think about those conflicts too much. Honestly, it's not easy, but at the same time, because everyone, when you lose that one, you will cry. You will get sad. And so I'm not saying it's your sadness is not good or anything, but you have to think this going to happen. So that way, when you think this going to happen, and you be nice each other. When it happened, you have no regret. Make sense? So that way, how impermanent work make your life be better. Thinking about the impermanent. Like in the Buddhists, they call themselves as a land of the happiness. Yeah, nation growth is happiness. How they become happy? Not because they have lots of wealth, because they think about the impermanent. Impermanent is the key to make life happier. Sometimes our problem is we plan for going to live forever. So then we do lots of stupid things. really meaningless. Later we realize, oh, this is no need to do that one. Make sense? Yeah. So that one is the first. So next one is called the uncertainty of the time of the death. Now, also there's no uncertainty. One can see the time of the death is uncertain. This is because lifespan is indefinite. Indefinite. Body has no essence, and because there are many causes of the death. So lifespan, we don't have this many year we're going to live. Government set up retirement is age 30, 65 or something. But you have no guarantee that you're going to retire. I saw one ad, what call this? Ad. And one Tibetan clinic, the first I didn't understand. The ad said, if you smoke, you not become old. I thought, what? Yeah, what are you talking about? Huh?
You're gonna die?
Yes, I didn't understand that first. You smoke, not become old. So what? What kind of this? Yeah. I thought, what kind of cosmetic, But then later it means that you have no chance to become old. So, we don't have that certainty of how long we're going to live. Truth is, we have no guarantee. But through the practice Dharma, there's definitely can change the different. I think my mom's side, I think they have genetically, maybe a lot of them, like especially her civilians, most of them died. I think five of them died age 30 to 50 between there. But only my uncle and she left for above. When she died, she was like 85. And my uncle was at 95 when he died. Both of them were, my uncle was a monk and she was nun. So I really believe Dharma practice can change your lifespan. Really believe it definitely increasing your lifespan. One is that one. Two is my mom told me when she was young, she saw the astrology. Astrology can tell, So her lifespan is 60 years old. She always said that, when I turn in the 60, I will die. She always said that. But she lived above that. So I think there's some degree of some number of year can increasing through the Dharma practice. Definitely through the Dharma practice can change that. You can have there are lots of story that lifespan increasing. There are lots of story like Rechumba, when he was at like a 40, I think 41 or 2, he went to India, and that time one yogi said, "Oh, too bad, you looks wonderful practitioner, but too bad you have only like 6 months or something." Yeah.
Wow.
So then he went to back to his guru Tipuba, and Tipuba sent him to there's a Dagini who made the Pema Sambhava. She lived really long life. So she received from her this Dubegyamo, whom we do practice this, Amita you practice. And he received that in empowerment transmission, and he practiced, and he lifespan double. So that way Rechumba lived 80 some years. So there are lots of story like that. When they have a short lifespan and they have a certain vision, and that when they practice that one, their lifespan increasing doubled. So I think Kamboba also did with a white Tara. There's a lot of story from the base on the white Tara too, increasing lifespan for the practitioner. So through the practice, some degree of lifespan can come, but no matter how much practice you do, you will never become immoral.
Immortal.
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 Yeah. We said Benma Samba was immortal, but I mean, we cannot see him now, you know. That's just we just believe. There's no proof. Make sense? So no matter what say, I mean, they also at some point they also have to live. So because even they have a highly realizing their body is elements. So that way, even that they have a really great high realization, that way their consciousness is not dying, and their consciousness have fully control of, but the body have to live behind. Like no matter how wealthy you are, but at some point your clothes become old, then you have to change the clothes. No matter how careful you are, or I can say, no matter how careful with your clothes, some point it become old, and you have to buy the new one. Make sense? So that way, I mean, their element body will be getting aging, even that kind of being. So that way, we don't have actually time, certainty. Then body have no essence. The body, if you look, everything, there's nothing essence. There's nothing solid. There's nothing really pure. You cannot support any part of the body to make you, immortal. Because body is the elements. Element will, gradually, get old and gradually died. Elements. So there's no other than element. There's nothing body. In our body is all the four elements. Make sense? Then last one said, because there are many causes of the death. When it comes to the cause of the death, of course, that the things that cause the death, like poison, no question for that. Even things that are supposed to be sustain our body, they become a cause to the death. How many people die with a diabetes? How many people die with a blood sugar? How many people die with a cholesterol? How many people died with a heart attack? And there's so many death, those deaths caused by the food, actually. So food is supposed to be sustain our body. How many people die for the wealth? How many people die for the money? How many people die for the power? I mean, those supposed to be help you. But they can, even those, those things become a cause to the death. There's no question for the weapon, poison, and those are no question for that. They can become cause of death. They always be cause to the death. Yeah, a weapon definitely kill you. Poison definitely kill you. But even the things that is help your life, sustain the lifespan. But sometimes they can become a cause to the death. So that is showing us that everything can be caused to the death. Supposed to be the house is for protect your life. Sometimes because of the house you died. Clothes is to protect your body. Sometimes because of the clothes you died. Food protect your life, but sometimes because of the food you died. So that is showing us that even things that is a support for the life can become a cause to the death. So that way, there's a many cause of the death. You're not going to find anything that is not become a cause to the death. Like how many people die with a car accident? Supposed to be those are kind of like make our life better. Now we have too many technologies. Because those too many technologies, too many disease coming, too many chemicals. So those disease causing, lots of untimely death. Make sense? So that way, when we look, we're not careful. Even the things that is supposed to be the support of the life can become a cost to the death. So that is showing us our life is really fragile, basically. So fragile that even the things that can support to living, but can become a cost to the death. Yeah.
Everything is a cause of death. Because
Not
every day
everything,
that
not
passes,
not
we
everything.
get closer to death.
No, not everything, but everything can become a cause to the death.
But just living gets you closer.
Of course, yes, yes. That way I said, I mean, your ultimately your cause of the death is the birth. Yes. Ultimately your main cause of the death is the birth. So that way earlier I said, if you don't want to die, don't be born. Refuse. No, I'm not coming.
Karma.
Yeah, so that, like a feather, in the middle of the street on the feather, when the wind come, he cannot refuse. There's no power to blow away, the wind blow away. Our consciousness is like that, like feather, coming with blow away wherever need. So no power. So you have to build that power. How do you build power? Is it through the meditation, through the practice. So how we know we have the power on our one day when you can control your mind, that day you have a power. Right now we have no power. Mind is like feather, everywhere goes, wherever wind comes. You want to think something, but mind thinking somewhere else. They never listen to you. Mind will never, mind is our mind is the same as a one really, really spoiled child. When you tell to your mind, sit, I want to stand. When you say stand, I want to sit. Never listen. That means we have no power, no authority over the mind. So one day when you can control your mind through the meditation, then you have a fully control. Then you can choose where you want to born. Because you know how to choose what you think. If you know how to choose how you want, if you know how to say it, if you know how to choose what you think, if you can choose what you want to think, then mean that you have a power of your own mind. Then you can choose you want to born or not. Make sense? So until that, you have no, so that way many cause of the deaths. So then there will be no help when death occurs. Okay, we cannot help by our wealth. We cannot be helped by our relative and friends, and we cannot be helped by our body. No matter how wealthy you have. There was one Indian actor. I saw one on the YouTube. He said, one day, really wealthy man sitting there, and Lord of the Death comes, and then Lord of the Death said, "Okay, you have to leave soon, 2 hours." The wealthy man said, "Please give me, 1 year. I give you my whole wealth." Lord of the Death said, "No." And wealthy man said, "Please give me a few months. I give you my 80% of the wealth." And he said, "No." And please give me like few hours, or the few days, and I give you all my wealth. I said, "No." So that is showing us that no matter how wealthy you are, you cannot buy that. Yeah. Make sense? You can buy everything, except lifespan. No one can buy it, no matter how advanced medicine you take, no matter how advanced what called the treatment you do. When actually time to death comes, time of death comes, they are nothing cure. Yeah, so your wealth cannot protect you from the dying, no matter how wealthy you are. Yeah. Then second one is it cannot be helped by our relative and friends, no matter how much they love you. They only can sad and cry when you die. They cannot protect you from the death. Then when you died, too late, no matter how much they love you, they pay lots of money to get rid of your body. They don't want you. Yeah. I mean, this is really expensive to somebody take your body. It's really expensive. But they're willing to pay that much money to get rid of you. That's true, actually. Yeah. No matter how much they love you, they cannot protect you from the dying. After the death, they don't want you. Okay, so also it cannot help by your own body. What, no matter what, even you are a world champion runner, you cannot run away from the death. Even you have a martial skill of a martial art, one of the world number one, you cannot fight from the die. You can defeat anyone else, but you cannot. No matter how great soldier you are, when death comes, you cannot. Make sense? So our body, no matter how great the body have a quality, cannot protect, cannot run away, cannot, fight when time of goodbye comes. So this is called the Chiwa Kutu, non-way to think about the death. First one is talking about definitely dying, and because there's three reasons. And second one is called the uncertainty of the time of the death. And third one is called that there will be no help when death comes. So each one have three. Then is, I think, it helps. Then second one is also we have to meditate on the karma. So what is the death help you to think about the suffering? So I think when you think about the impermanent, you're not going to waste your energy to lots of unnecessary thought, like holding the what called the grudge, and resentment, anger, hatred, jealousy. Those all emotion is meaningless when you think about the impermanent. That way, Shantideva said, just don't worry about your enemy. You don't need to plan, or you don't need to, think about their destroying the enemies. They will destroy themselves because they will die one day. Yeah, I think so. Then the second one is a meditation on the karma. Now, karma is a lot of, I think, Westerner. I'm sure you guys know. The lots of Western think as a karma means some kind of punishment. People think as a karma, when talk about the karma, and they said, "Oh, that's your karma." So they think as some kind of punishment. As karma is not talking about the punishment. Karma is talking about the action. Whatever you put the action, whatever you do is called the action, physically, verbally, mentally, and particularly body and speech. Whatever you do, whatever you say, that's called the action. If that is a negative, it's called a non-virtue karma. If that's a positive, it's called the virtuous karma. So karma have a both. As actually, there's a 3 type of karmas. One is said non-meritocratic karma, meritocratic karma and result, and unshakable karma based on the meditation consultations. See, so there's a 3 type of karmas. Non-virtuous karma. Non-virtuous karma means like you engaging to the killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, harsh word, idle talk, divisive speech, and covetousness, harmful thought, wrong view. Those called the 10 non-virtue. So from those 10 non-virtue only come suffering, result. So that way I call the negative karma. Because it's no good. It's,
Sorry, what were the other 2? You said there were 3 types.
Yeah, that's first is talk about the non-virtuous karma. Okay. Then meritocratic karmas. Meritocratic karma means that when you're doing something positive, like saving life, practice of generosity, and keeping the morality, So those all the opposite of that. But basically said, long as you restrain yourself from those 10 non-virtue, that is the meritorious karma. Just avoiding the 10 non-virtue alone is a meritorious karma. And on that, above that, if you can do something extra, that's so wonderful. So karma is a positive and negative is a based on what kind of result can get from that. If that is a result is unpleasant, it's called a negative karma. If the result is a pleasant or a happiness, then it's called a positive karma. Because sometimes look like a positive action can give you the negative result. Sometimes look like a negative action, but can give you the positive result. Based on what kind of intention you have. Like if you give someone who have a diabetes, give a really delicious cake. Action is good, give a really nice cake, but it will kill the person, yeah? Then when sometimes people get sick, doctor do the treatment, including the cutting body. Yeah, giving the harsh medicine, harsh treatment. But this action look like a negative, but it is good karma because it helping. So you have to know all those, detail, not just only like for example, practice of generosity. If you look at the jewel ornament, there's called the pure practice of generosity, some pure material and impure material, pure recipient and impure recipients, pure method and impure method, pure intention and impure intention. You have to know the detail on this. So that way I said, whatever they give, the result of a good is called a good karma, or the happiness or any kind of positive result come out from that is called the good karma. Whatever negative result come out is called the negative karma. I think karma is how we judgment or how we not judgment, measurement of the degree of a positive and negative is a outcome of the result. Make sense? Because sometimes sudden action is a really heavy negative. But outcome of the result from that heavy negative is good. You know, like when we are in the monastery, when we were young, we receive lots of punishment. Those actions are you receive the punishment. I mean, come on, somebody giving you punishment. Should be bad, yeah. But because of those punishment, we learned, we educated. You know, later in our life, it become better. So I don't know West, but I saw in the last in the Tibetan, you know, in the culture, when kids really spoiled by the parent, later never become good. But when kids, you know, parents really give hard time, they become something. Make sense? So I think in the monastery, I also are noticing, you know, when we're joined to the monastery, some monks have lots of money. They never become a good educated one. They never focus on the education. Because they have lots of money, they find all those friends. They hang out, they go to, you know, market, and they go to restaurant. They really spoil themselves like that, and they never focus on the education. But then some monks have no friend, no, you know, money, and really come from the poor background. Then they become later well educated. And I'm not saying everyone like that, but a lot of them that have that come like that. So that way, sometimes, you know, action looks good, but it will spoil you. Then later it become a negative. So I think that way, I, you know, always think when we said negative karma and positive karma is based on the what outcome. It is outcome is a good, it's called the positive karma. If outcome is a bad, it's called negative karma. You know, that way, like in the generosity, for example, pure generosity, pure, you know, impure conduct. Then last one is called unshakable.
Unshakable?
Yeah, unshakable karma. Unshakable karma mean this one. When you meditate, you will be born in the form realm or formless realms. So from the birth of that state to until death, nothing change. All stay same state. That way it's unshakable. But other one is changing, like we are human being. We born in the human realm because of the good karma. Yeah. But also we got lots of sufferings. That's the result of the negative karma too. Then all the low realm, they are result of the bad karma. But sometimes low realm also have lots of good things too. Like most of you know people's pet, they live a better life than the owner. Sometimes I think they eat more expensive food than owner themselves. So that is showing us even they born in the low realm, still they can have lots of good things. So that's changing. Shakable mean that they're not certainty. Like higher realms always be happy, low realms always unhappy. So that way it's called a shakable karma. But when you're born in the formed realm and formless realm, from the birth to until the death, nothing change, always stay like complete stay same state, same situation. So that is what's mean the unshakable, never changing.
Is that good?
No, I mean it's a step forever, then it's good, but it's you know.
Evolution. There's no evolution though.
No,
Evolution.
it's just like same as a vacation.
Oh.
Yeah, meditation. The reborn in the higher realm is like same as a vacation. So it's a short period of time. You have good life, no suffering, but it will end soon. Yes. Just like you use all saving when you go to vacation. You know, same thing. When you go to reborn in the higher realm, you use all good karma and you will have nothing when you die. They go to,
right down to the lower
yeah,
rise,
yeah.
which are very difficult.
Yeah, so actually that way is people with Buddhism saying is a human are better than God realms because human have a better chance to accumulate more good deed.
So when you meditate, how do you dedicate it so that you don't go to the form and formless realm so that you can continue your path?
So for that's what's make different is first is the intention.
Yeah.
For first is intention.
What did you say?
Second one is a support of the wisdom and compassion. When meditation, you need those two. Then last is dedication. Yeah, when you have that one, so I'm sure you read this many times, 37 practices of Bodhisattva. So in the 37 practices of Bodhisattva method of concentration is said transcended from the formless realm. You remember that word? Transcended from the formless realm. How to transcend it from the formless realm? You have to think about that one. So because of the Bodhisattva meditation is supported by the emptiness and compassion, that way transcended from the formless realm. Formless realm is not transcended from the higher than that because they not supported the emptiness and compassion. Make sense? Yeah. So that way, yesterday I mentioned generation stage and completion stage have to be supportive each other. Generation stage is a method of concentration, like same as a karma abiding or meditation. But completion stage is the emptiness. Those two have to support each other. Without the method of concentration, there will be not what called yeah, without the generation state, there's no completion stage. Without the completion stage, there's no generation stage. So that is if you want to be karma abiding, if you want to be vipassana, you need the karma abiding. Without the karma abiding, there will be no vipassana. If there's no vipassana, karma abiding alone, none could liberate you from. So those both need each other's support. So that way, so this is we're talking about the karma. So don't go there. We're talking about the karma. So karma divided into three like that. Negative karma, and meritorious karma, and unshakable karma. Unshakable? Yeah. Can shake things around here. Maybe we stop here. Oh, yeah.
There's a question from an email that is asking about from yesterday in our practice that we didn't cover the mudras that are in the sadhana.
There's no mudras.
No mudras.
Yeah, no mudras.
Okay, well, this.
I don't see any mudras there. Yeah, there's no offerings. This is really simple practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's a mantra, there's a mudra. But I don't see any mantra, so there's no mudra. I'm just saying. So I don't think so. There's a necessity to mudra. Okay.
Okay.